Yo, what's up guys? We're back with another video today. Kind of a quick one, guys, I'm not gonna lie. But in today's video, guys, I'm gonna be giving my full card predictions for UFC Fight Night Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Ribas 2. This is not a great card, guys. This is not a great card. I mean, it's the first Fight Night card, so it's not like I can expect much. And guys, I'm gonna do something a bit different with this card than my other ones. So rather than going like in order with these cards, I'm instead going to rearrange these cards to what I think is gonna be the least exciting fight on here to the most exciting. The only one that's going to stay where it is the main event just to make it more simple for me. So the bottom cards, guys, I'm going to go very quickly with some of these because they're just, I have no clue who these people are and they're just absolutely, it's probably going to be boring. So let's just rattle through them real quickly. Erneste Kiritati versus Nicholas Carly. I'm going to go with Nicholas Carly by decision. Famati Kidli versus Victoria Dukatevola. Terrible names to pronounce, guys. I'm sorry. But I'm going to go with the Russian girl, Vita Tuka. You know what I'm saying. I'm going with the lady with the V by decision. Magomed Gazito Luva versus Bruno Silva. Another hard name for me to pronounce. A little bit of a toss-up with this one right now. It's a little bit hard for me to pick for this one. I kind of would like Bruno Silva to win, but I just can't go against these Dagestanian guys. So I'm going to go with Magomed by decision, though. I don't think this guy's... He's not good anywhere, so I'm going to go with decision for him. Nurlio Aliv versus Joe Soklia. And guys, before we get into the predictions, doesn't this, this guy, the Dagestanian guy on the left, doesn't he look like an actual Khabib clone? Like, I know that joke's, said around, but, this guy literally... I'm going to put a picture of Khabib side by side. They literally look the exact same. This is legitimately the Khabib clone. So with that being said, I'm going to go with him by decision. This guy has no finishes in the UFC, by the way. I'm pretty sure. Marco Tilo versus Iro Patrio, or how I like to call him, the emo fighter. I would like to go for Iro Patrio because he just looks like an absolute emo guy, and he looks depressed all the time when he fights. I don't understand. But I'm going to go with Marco Tulio by knockout in the second round, or TKO, like one of those two. I just think that Marco's better and Irio is just horrible at fighting, I'm not gonna lie. Jose Johnson versus Felipe Bunos. We have a 6-foot flyweight on this card tomorrow, guys, which is kind of crazy. But I low-key don't want to pick with him because I'm not confident with this pick, guys. But I'm gonna go with Jose Johnson by decision. I don't think he knocks him out. Flyweights usually don't knock out other guys unless you're either Michael Johnson or Kai Kara-France. Thiago Moises versus Trey Uga. I like Thiago Moises. I always think Thiago Moises is 35 years old, but he's not even 30 yet, so he's not even at his prime, I'd say, but he's not really good, so I would be tempted to pick Thiago Moises, guys. I think this is going to be a great grappling match, actually. With these two guys, it's going to be a lot of grappling, but at the same time, because of how good these two are with the grappling, I think that they're going to try and strike, and if it goes to a striking match, I'd be more confident with Thiago Moises. But I'm going to go with Trey Ugo by decision. I could see this getting a finish, but I'm going to go with the safe pick and go with Trey Ugo by decision. Pearson Parson versus Jacob Smith. This is actually a decent fight. I wish it was the Gustafsson guy, the other guy who was supposed to fight Peterson, but he pulled out. So I guess we have this fight instead. So I'm going to go with Jacob Smith by round 1 TKO. I think he's gonna take Pearson down in the first round, and he's gonna just ground and pound him until he finishes him. I think that's how it's gonna go with this. So I'm gonna go with Jacob Smith by TKO in the first round. Puniri Sorion versus Ulos Mekiti. No clue who these guys are, guys. These Apex cards, man, you just don't know who none of these guys are. They just look like NPC fighters. Puniri literally looks like a UFC 5 career maker fighter wannabe. It's actually insane. And he has got those UFC 5 tattoos on him as well. So but with that being said, I'm gonna go with Rio Semitic by KO in round 1. This guy actually has a lot of KOs in his career, and some in the UFC, so I'm gonna go with him by first round knockout. Santio Porzidobolo versus Carson Harris. I'm gonna go with Santio by round 3 knockout or TKO, something like that. Maybe he goes to decision. I really could see this go to a decision, but I'm gonna go with round 3 knockout for Santillo. Okay, now we're actually getting to the good, more interesting fights. We're like, what is it, like 11 fights in, and or like 10 fights in, and we finally are now into the more interesting fights. Cesar Almeida versus Aluba. I'm not even gonna try to say that name, guys. You guys figure out that name. I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna go with the guy on the right. I'm gonna go with him by KO in round 2. I would have liked to go with Cesar Almeida, but like the performance he had against the emo fighter before, yeah, that was horrific fight right there. Arguably he lost that fight somehow, so I'm gonna go with the guy on the right by round 2 KO, because he does have knockout power actually. Christian Rodriguez versus Austin Bischoff. This is actually a really interesting fight here, guys. Austin Bischoff has a lot of experience. He's got like, I think 14 or 11 wins in his career, and I think he's undefeated as well. He's a very good submission artist. Like, he's got a lot of submissions in his game. And also, he's fighting against Christian Rodriguez, who I'm pretty sure everybody hates in the UFC right now. Like, this guy has missed weight so many times in the UFC. He's also ruined so many prospects. He's just a horrible, like, no one likes this guy. Just, the fights he had are just horrible, terrible. I'm very glad he lost his last fight, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to go with, this is a coin flip for me. I could see Christian Rodriguez just, like, ruin another prospect, because that's just what he is. But at the same time, I feel like Austin Bischoff might be something. So, low-key, I'm going to go with Austin Bischoff by round 2 submission. That's what I'm going to go with for him. I think that it'll be competitive in the first round, but then in the second round, he starts taking him down more, and then he finds a way to submit him. So that's what I'm going to go with. Now, this to me is the most exciting fight right here. Chris Curtis versus Chase Hooper, guys. Okay, I'm joking. Chris Curtis versus Roman Kopylov, guys. This is actually a really good fight right here, guys. Like, Chris Curtis is, I feel like, a really underrated fighter. I feel like he doesn't get the credit he deserves. He can do really good in a 5-rounder. And his striking's pretty good, honestly. He's got a good chin. His wrestling's not the best, but you don't have to worry about that in this fight. This is just going to be a 15-minute stand-up striking fest. And Roman Kopylov, he's just a really good, nasty kickboxer. He's got vicious kicks, man. I remember he knocked out someone back on the Poirier and Gaethje card, and it sounded like straight up a whip. Like, it was so nasty. He hit him with the, like, it was just so nasty. I can't say much more than that. And then he obviously lost to Anthony Floofy Hernandez, but that's Floofy Hernandez, so nothing to be, like, ashamed of. And I think Roman Kopylov is going to be ranked, like, soon, which is why I'm going to go with him. But I'm not going to say he's going to knock out Chris Curtis. If he knocks out Chris Curtis, I'll be very impressed. I'll be like, wow, that's actually pretty impressive. But I don't know. I feel like this is another close one. I feel like Chris Curtis might somehow win this fight, because this is a big step up for Roman Kopylov in my opinion, because Chris Curtis was previously ranked in top 15, and he's fought a lot of better competition than what Roman Kopylov has. But I'm still gonna go with Roman Kopylov. I think he's younger, he's faster, he's quicker, he's bigger than Chris Curtis. So I'm going to go with Roman Kopylov by decision. Not by knockout, but by decision. Alright, Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Ribas. Listen, guys. We're not going to be watching this fight because of a fight. We're going to be watching for other things. Okay, I'm joking, guys. We're not going to get into that. I'm not going to do that. In all seriousness, though, I think Mackenzie Dern's going to win this fight. I think she's going to do a lot better. I think Mackenzie Dern's low-key really good. I think I can't say she's improved, but I feel like she's slowly getting better. Especially with her last fight, which was, I believe, the Corey Sandhagen Umar card. She was doing a lot better. Like, she didn't take it down her opponent for the most part. She was trying to learn she was doing a lot better with her striking, I feel. So, especially, but because this is a 5-rounder, I'm like, I don't know if she's going to want to do 5 rounds. I think she's going to try and take her down and in like the first round, dominate her. Pause. And then the second round, she's going to take her down again. Maybe do a little bit of striking, but then she'll find her submission and get the win in the second round. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Mackenzie Dern, round 2 by submission, guys. But guys, that is my quick video on UFC Fight Night, Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Ribas. Not much to really say. This is just a quick card. I wanted to make a prediction for this because I want to be more consistent with my predictions But these Apex cards, guys, you're going to see more, like, quicker videos. But for, like, the bigger cards or, like, the Fight Night cards that are in, like, arenas, you'll see more longer, more analytic videos. So, hope you guys enjoyed this quick video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace!